Hey, welcome back. Today is the finale of my declutter series. There's going to be a few different parts, and then at the end we're going to talk numbers. So the first part is what I decluttered off camera. So I went through my Halloween drawer, my Christmas drawer, and then also my glitters. I knew that there wasn't going to be too many, so I decided just to declutter those off camera. First one I have is Maybelline pink bar glitter that Barb gave me. I already wore this. I did a triplet with Barb and Krista. It's cute. I just don't see myself ever really wearing this again. I don't really love bar glitters. I think it's funny. It's just not something that I think I'll reach for again. Then I have Sally Hansen Stellar Explosion. I've had this for a while with the intentions of using in glitter sandwiches, and I just don't think I'm going to use this. I don't really like the fine, gritty, like micro type glitters, especially like with jelly sandwiches. I either like to do flakies or I like to do kind of like the big fun glitters. So I don't see myself ever really wearing this. I'm gonna get rid of that. Then we have Sally Hansen Get Glad. This is so pretty. It has a really beautiful green shimmer. However, Sally Hansen's glitters, especially the ones in this, like the Insta-Dry ones, the formulas are not good. They're so base heavy that you can barely get any of the components out. So this one, unfortunately, I just can't get any of these glitters to come out on the nails. So I'm gonna declutter that. A couple more Sally Hansen's where they're too base heavy and you can't get any of the glitters out. These are Halloween ones. First one is Glow in the Dark Ghosted from their Halloween collection a couple years ago. And then Gorgeous from the same collection. So pretty in theory. You can't get any of these components out on the nails. It's just too base heavy. Okay, then we have, this one wasn't from my Halloween or glitter, but it was from my most recent, I guess it was from my Halloween. My Boo Bird Advent box. This is You Are Irresistible. It's a magnetic. I just don't love magnetics that have the flakies in them. I'm not huge on magnetics to begin with, but the ones that have flakies in them, I just don't love. So I don't really see myself ever actually wanting to wear this one, so I'm gonna just declutter it now while it's brand new. Okay, then we have a Color Club that Krista gave me. It was a glitter topper. This is Wishful Thinking. Now, when she gave this to me, this was so thick and gloopy. I tried multiple times to thin it out. Eventually what I had to do was pour half of it out into another bottle and then fill half of it with base. And I did the same thing. So essentially I have 2 full bottles now because that's how much I had to thin it out. And even doing that, it's still somewhat thick and gloopy, and I just don't love it. I don't want to waste my time trying to fix these again. So I'm going to, this one actually is pretty good because this one, I believe this one's pretty good. Yeah, see, like even that now, it's still kind of gloopy. So these two, unfortunately, even though I halved it and added half base, I still couldn't get them to restore properly. So those are both gonna go in the trash. Then we have LA Colors Diamond Crush. This one is Flashing Lights, just a soft, icy purple. I just don't see myself ever wearing that again. I didn't love it. And then we have Koki's Celestial. This is pretty, has a nice formula. I just don't see myself wearing this shade of pink, especially as a chunky glitter. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, and then we have a Franken that I made. Dodge Polish Your Lily Pad or Mine. I frankened it with Christmas glitters, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't see myself ever actually wearing it. Okay, then we have China Glaze Sleigh Bells Ring. Okay, and the last one is a little mini that I accidentally made 2 of. China Glaze Preta Potion. I thin out my weird glitters that are kind of like too thick to really wear. They're too opaque to wear. This one I had thinned it out, made my mini version, and I accidentally did it twice. So I just have 2 of these. So I'm going to declutter that. All right, now make some space here. The next part of my declutter are actually a few polishes that I undecluttered. I know a lot of you probably aren't gonna like that, but I went through everything. I went through all my swatch pictures of what I'm decluttering. I went through the entire bag, and there were just a few that I just didn't want to get rid of at the end of the day. So I uncluttered 6. First one is Essie's Rose to the Top. This one actually is really nice. It has an amazing formula, so I'm going to keep that one. Then we have one that I actually already frankened, and it's beautiful. Burial's Rusted Vintage Boots. I had several of, like maybe 2 that I ended up decluttering that were pretty much the exact same color. So I decided to franken this one. I put in a bunch of like golden sparkly glitter, and look at that. This is so pretty. So I've already frankened this one and I love it. Okay, then we have Different Dimensions Surf's Up. I haven't worn this in a long time, but at the end of the day, it's such a fun curly, and this really would be really nice with any kind of neons as an accent nail, so I want to hold on to it. Still has a good formula. There's really no reason to get rid of it, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay, then we have KL To the Stars. I don't know. I have similar blues. I rewatched the video, and this isn't exact to anything that I already have. I don't know why I was really getting rid of it, because it's really pretty and I don't want to get rid of it. Another one that I just can't bring myself to get rid of, this is OPI's Light to My Sapphire. It's interesting and unique. I definitely don't have anything like it, and I'm going to keep that one. All right, and the last one is El Corazon. I don't think this one has a name, but it's that kind of funky off-white with the little gold sparkles. It's interesting, it's unique. There's really no reason to get rid of this. It has a nice formula, so I'm going to keep that one. The one that I compared it to in my most recent black and white video was the Color Club, that beigey, that one basically that looked like this, but had more of like bronzy glitters. I am still going to try to restore that one. All right, next little part, and then after this we're going to get to the really fun part. Okay, so this little part are polishes that I either decluttered off camera, or I went through my declutter bag and pulled these out with the intentions of frankening. So I pulled out 7 here that I was going to just declutter, but I actually want to franken these. So in the future, I declutter a lot of my frankens. They're really fun to make. A lot of them end up being beautiful. I just don't always feel the need to wear my frankens. So a lot of these might end up being decluttered in the future, but for now, I'm just going to play around with frankening these. The first one is Bee's Knees Lacquer Choice is Powerful. I initially said I was going to keep this, but at the end of the day, I just don't love this. These like whites with intense gold green shimmers, they just look dirty on my nails, and so I want to franken this. I want you guys' suggestions. What color do you think I should add to this that will enhance that pretty gold greeny shimmer, but change the white to a deeper color so that it doesn't make my nails look dirty? Leave any suggestions down below what color you think I should franken this to. Okay, then we have Fair Maiden's Lemon Chiffon. I initially said I was going to keep this, and I decided to declutter it because I just don't love this color on my nails. But that shimmer is so beautiful. So I kind of want to maybe turn this into a Prugly, add a little bit of green to it and make this a Prugly. I think that could be fun. Okay, KB Shimmers A Love-Heat Relationship. I was initially going to keep this, but I just don't love this tone. However, KB Shimmers Flaky Formulas are beautiful. So I want to franken this, add a couple drops, or however many drops I need, but change this to a different color. Let me know down below, what color do you think I should make this? Should I just make this a darker pink? Should I make this a green, a blue, a purple? Let me know down below. All right, then one that I was so on the fence about whether I should declutter it. It's so pretty, but it just doesn't look good on my nails, and that's Night Owl Lacquers on the Bright Side. So I initially was gonna keep this, and I think I'm just gonna declutter it, but it is really pretty, and I do like that shimmer. I can appreciate how pretty it is. It just doesn't look good on me. So I kind of want to just franken it and make this a darker, brighter pink that I might enjoy more. Okay, then we have Dollish Polish Icy Coral. I initially had no intentions of decluttering this, but again, this is older, it's kind of fading. It's, you know, just a pale, soft pink. I kind of think it would be fun to punch this up and maybe make it maybe dark. I want to do it something different from this because these are kind of similar. So whatever direction I go with this, I want to go in a different direction with this. So leave any suggestions down below. Okay, two more. One of them was the Bluebird Illuminating. I know I initially said that I was just going to keep them both, or maybe I had said, yeah, I think I initially said I was going to keep them both, that they were different enough. And then I was looking at them both and I'm like, I just don't need them both. Even though they're slightly different, I just don't need them both. So I took out the darker of the two. I'm keeping the lighter one. The darker of the two, I'm going to Franken. I think I'll try to make this a pretty teal. All right, and then the last one is Night Owl Lacquer's Winter Wonderland. This is just so pale and wintry, and in theory, I think it's pretty. I just don't love these very soft, pale baby blues, but I really think it's pretty. I like those shimmers. I like the sparkles in there, so I kind of want to just add a couple drops of blue just to make this a little bit darker. All right. Now for the really fun part, you guys. Over the last couple months, I have been rewatching all my videos. I have been going through all of my drawers. I've gone through my drawers a dozen times. While watching my videos, anytime I was watching it and I said to myself, oh, I should have decluttered that, I immediately went to my drawers and I pulled it out. And then, like I said, I've gone through all my drawers like a dozen times and I have decluttered a lot. So this whole basket, you guys, look at this. This whole basket are polishes that I initially said that I was going to keep. And then after going through my drawers multiple times, doing more comparisons, really being honest with myself, that I just don't love these polishes. I don't need them. So I'm gonna get rid of them and I'm gonna show you guys. They're not in any kind of color order because they're just mixed together in the basket. Some of them I might briefly tell you why I'm getting rid of it. Polish Crystal Ice Caves. This one is so beautiful. This one was a fan favorite. This was from Polish Pickup. Oh, it doesn't say the year. From a couple years ago. I just have never loved this on my nails. I considered Frankening it, but honestly, I don't know. I just don't love the flakies. Sometimes there's polishes that have sparse flakies in them and I just feel like the sparse flakies don't fit with the polish, and that's how I feel about this one. So I could change the color, but there's still going to be that sparseness of the flakies. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Someone else can love that in its regular form. Hi, Jazzy. All right, then we have a Franken actually. I had pulled out a couple of my KB Shimmer. Let me pull out a couple more. Couple of my KB Shimmer creams. I had said that I was going to play around with Frankening them. I Franken them and I'm just going to declutter them both, playing with the buoys and Blue Topaz. They both actually ended up looking the same and I don't love either one of them. Okay, KB Shimmers Steal the One. This is another one that has very sparse flakies in it and I just don't love it. So I'm going to get rid of that one. This is one that I have been on the fence about for so long, and I finally just said, just get rid of it. This is Muumuu's Signature, is that what it's called? Signatures. The Evil Queen Has a Plan. I just don't love this. Yes, it's really pretty over dark undies, but I don't want every single polish that I own to require undies in order for me to love this. I don't love this on its own, so I'm gonna get rid of it. All right, then we have Sinful Shine, Too Cool for Pool. I wore this. That beautiful pink shimmer is practically non-existent on the nails. So I'm gonna get rid of that. New Color doesn't have a name. Again, that really pretty pink shimmer is non-existent on the nails. Gonna get rid of that. Believe Beauty Beach Wave. I just have too many, and after going through all of my mints again, I just don't need all of them. All right, then we have Olive Ave Polish Herbology. So I'd get rid of this one. This one is so sheer. I would never wear this on its own. The only way I would wear this is over undies. And like I said before, I'm tired of having so many polishes that I have to wear undies with in order to appreciate it. So I'm just gonna get rid of that one. Okay, then we have Believe Beauty I Do. Just a soft baby pink. I have so many of these baby pinks. I don't need 100 of them, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. All right, Sally Hansen Insta-Dry Espresso. Nice formula. I just, for whatever reason, don't need that one. Koki's Splendor. Really pretty in the bottle. I just don't love it. I have too many oranges. Too many like Halloween oranges. KB Shimmers Lust at Sea. I decided after all to just get rid of this. I talked about this in my video. I just don't love this on the nails, and I was holding on to it because it's a KB shimmer and it's pretty in the bottle, and I can do one sheer coat over, you know, dark undies and it would be pretty. But again, I just don't want to have to resort to wearing undies with everything. I want to love everything that I have as is, and if I use undies to enhance it in some way, that's fine. But I don't want to I don't want to hold on to polishes that I just don't love them in their own state. So I'm gonna let that one go. Okay, then we have LA Colors Neon Jelly Electric Lime. I just don't love the formula on these like neon jelly ones with the little flakies. And I can't stand LA Colors brushes, and I know I could put a replacement brush in it, but honestly, their bottles are so short that the replacement brushes, you know, brush up against the bottom of the bottle anyways. I don't want it. Another one from the same collection, this one is Razzleberry. Get rid of that one. Okay, this polish, you guys. Sally Hansen Think Big. When I bought this, I really thought this was in a clear base, and I was so excited to have a fun, interesting yellow bar glitter because I really don't have any yellow toppers. However, this is in a jelly tinted base, and I was gonna wear this over the summer, or I wanted to wear it over the summer, and I just didn't want to wear it. The only thing I can wear this over is a yellow base that's the exact same shade, because the tinted base distorts whatever you put it over. So I'm getting rid of it. All right, Sinful Colors Violet Riot. Nothing wrong with this, but I went through my orchid drawer again, and I just have so many that are slightly varying shades, and I just don't need them all. Okay, this one is a Franken. This is Frankensteady. I pulled this out of my Christmas drawer. It's pretty. I just don't see myself needing to wear it. Another from my orchid drawer. This is Julie. What is this one called? Aria. I have a couple others very, very similar. So when I went through my orchid drawer, I found a few, or as like I was going through a lot of my drawers, I found several that even though I swatched everything in my each color drawer, and I swatched everything and compared things, I still found things that were dupes. So this one and another one were pretty much spot on dupes for a third one that I kept. Okay, Sally Hansen Insta-Dry On My Gray. It's pretty, it's got an interesting sheen in it. I just don't see myself ever really wearing that one again. Okay, this is one that I decluttered, and I tried to Franken it, and I just don't love it. This was Vava Vroom, and I tried to Franken it with glitters, and it just dulled it down, and I just don't love it. All right, OPI, this is actually another Franken. This is I Have a Herring Problem, and I called it I Have a Frankening Problem, and I can't even get this open, you guys. It's so stuck shut that I can't even open it, so just gonna declutter that. All right, then we have Dollish Polish Merci Bouquet. It's pretty, I just don't see myself really wearing that again. All right, P2, what is this one called? Grape something. Go Go Grape. This is actually a dead dupe for another polish that I have, so I don't know how I missed that. Or maybe I didn't miss it, but I just decided to keep them both, but now I'm getting rid of it. All right, Emily DeMolly Limited Edition 117. Just don't love this one. Get rid of that. All right, then we have Zoya's. Did I get rid of? I think I got rid of. I had 2 Zoya's that I was on the fence. Yes, I did decide to get rid of them both. So I have Zoya's Harper, and Zoya's Zoe. These used to be favorites back in the day. They're very, very similar. I was going back and forth between which one should I keep. I really don't need them both. And then at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I really just don't even love either one of these. I think these used to be one of my favorite Zoyas when I did, like, back in the day when I did my favorite Zoya videos. One of these, I think, was Harper probably. Used to be a favorite, but I just don't love this tone of pink. So I'm gonna declutter them both. All right, then we have Orly's Scenic Route. This has just faded so badly, and I could try to Franken it, but I just don't want to. All right, this one is so beautiful, but the formula is just so thick and gloopy, and it's really hard to restore creams. This is Essie's Big Bag Theory. I'm kind of bummed about this because the color is so beautiful, and I don't have an exact dupe for this, but I just can't restore it. All right, another Dolish polish that I Frankened. This used to be Jeepers Creepers. Where do you get those peepers? I Frankened it, and I just have never actually worn the Franken, or if I did, I only wore it once, and I don't feel like wearing it again. All right, then we have Orly's Beautifully Bizarre, which I've already Frankened, and even though the Franken is really pretty, I just don't see myself wearing it, so I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, then we have Zoya's Tilly. I went through and I decluttered pretty much all of my pixies at this point. Over the years, I've decluttered a ton of pixies. I used to have the sparse pixies, and then I also had a lot of the really chunky pixies. I decluttered every single one of the really chunky ones, and then over the years, little by little, I've been decluttering the sparser pixies. And this go around, I've decluttered even more of them, and I believe I've only kept 2 at this point. This is one that I'm decluttering. This is Trix Tilly. I just don't love this soft, icy purple. All right, then in my greens, I talked about how the Salon Perfects, some of the colors in the Salon Perfect line were dupes for China Glaze, that they were the same company that they made dupes. And I couldn't figure out what this was a dupe for. Well, off camera, I figured it out. I kept thinking in the video, I kept thinking that maybe it was supposed to be a dupe for 4-Leaf Clover, but it wasn't. They were clearly different polishes. Off camera, I realized that this is a dupe for China Glaze Head to Mojitos, which I think might have been in a different drawer, and that's why I didn't have them to compare in that video. But anyways, this is a dupe for Head to Mojitos. I'm gonna keep my Head to Mojitos, and I'm gonna declutter this one. This one is Show Me the Money. Beautiful, amazing formula. I just don't need 2 exact dupes. All right, then we have China Glaze Temptation Carnation. I got this from Barb. I just don't want to ever wear this. I'm sorry, Barb. I just don't want to wear this. Don't be mad at me. All right, then we have Essie's, what is this one called? Hang Up the Heels. Really pretty. That sheen doesn't really show up on the nails. It's just a basic black. I think there's like a green shimmer. Yeah, there's like a really fine green shimmer that doesn't translate on the nails, and it's just a black, and I don't need any more blacks. All right. When I was watching back my Prugly drawer video, I was like, why did you keep this polish? You know you hate this polish. It's China Glaze Trash Can Do Attitude. I did a triplet with Barb and Krista, and I hated this polish. And I don't usually say hate about a polish, but I hated this polish. And then I somehow convinced myself that one thin coat over like olive undies is really pretty. And yeah, it kind of is, but I hate this polish, so I'm just getting rid of it. All right, then we have a polish that I ended up, I don't remember, I think on camera, yes. I think on camera, I said I was gonna try to restore this polish, and I tried to restore it and it didn't work. I tried to Franken it and it's just horrible. Stellar Chroma's Turtle in the Clouds. So I tried Frankening it, I tried restoring it, it just didn't work. So I'm gonna declutter that. That's a Frankening fail. All right, then we have Rogue Lacquer's Popsicle. This has faded significantly, or not like faded, but it's just so dingy looking, and I don't really want to try to restore it. Okay, then I have 2 of these polishes that are very similar, and they're unique, but I just don't love them, so I'm gonna get rid of both of them. One is G-Gal Australia that I got from Olga. This is Transitions Soft Violet. In theory, it's pretty. I've tried swatching this over many things to see how I would wear this, and I just don't love it. And then I have one that's very similar that I don't know why I bought. I bought it with the intentions of using it for like my duping videos, to try to dupe like indie polishes, but I just don't love it. This is Iris Illusion. I don't see myself wanting to dupe polishes that have any kind of components that looks like this. So I'm gonna get rid of them both. All right, then we have New Color Polish 993. Just don't need that one. Okay, this is another one that I got from Krista that I said I was gonna try to wear in October. For some reason, I said I was gonna use it with undies, but this is in a like off-white beige base, so I'm not sure how I thought I was gonna use this as a topper. I really don't know, but at the end of the day, I decided I just don't love it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This is Polish M Heads Will Roll. I'm gonna get rid of that. Noodles Nail Polish, Berries and Cream. This is just looking really dingy to me, and I don't want to restore it, so I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, then we have a polish that I decluttered, and then I tried to Franken it, and I still don't like it. So this is Birch. Actually, I'm pretty sure I initially tried to Franken this because it had faded significantly, and then it faded again. So then I tried to Franken it with glitters, and I just don't love it, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. All right, then we have, this is one that I said I was going to try to restore. It was extremely tarnished in the video. I said I was gonna try to restore it, and, oh no. So it had tarnished, and then I swatched it and I said, oh, the tarnish is actually kind of cool. But at the end of the day, it really just wasn't. So, and then I think I tried to Franken it, and it's still just whatever. So this was Noodles Carnival from PPU 2019. So it tarnished badly, and then I couldn't really make it work. All right, Kale Polish Hug and Roll. Just don't need another soft baby pink. Orly's, nothing wrong with this other than it's a mini, and I just don't love minis. This is Gumdrop. I don't like working with little mini bottles. All right, Color Club, what's this one called? Right On. I used to wear this all the time on the toes. I believe it's faded significantly. The color is so nice, but I've had it for so long, and I don't really see myself wearing it anymore. Okay, then we have KB Shimmers Purple 222. It's a thermal. I don't love the tone. I was considering franking it, and then I realized that it's a thermal, and I don't really want to mess with the thermal, so I'll just declutter that. Then we have, I don't know what the brand of this, but it's called Louise, and I got this one from Swatching Sue, Amy Sue. It's pretty, it's cute. I just don't see myself getting to it in the next several years, to be honest. So I'm just gonna declutter that one. Okay, another Dollish Polish Mini that I guess I initially said I was gonna keep and decided to declutter. This is Zombie Boy. New Color 992. I think I was gonna keep this, and then I actually wore it in a mani and just don't like it, so I'm gonna declutter that. Okay, this is one that, these are exact dupes. This is Zoya's Re, and then I have another Zoya that, which one was that one called? Maybe it was Regan. I think it might have been Regan, or no, I don't know. I have another Zoya that is an exact dupe for this Zoya. I don't know how I got them both. I think I bought one, and I think Barb gave me one, and then I'm pretty sure my friend Julie sent me this one. But all three of them were exact dupes. I'm not sure how I ended up with 3 exact dupes when I did such a good job of swatching and comparing everything. I don't know. All right, then we have Polish Me Silly 24-Hour Glow. I had kept this, and I tried to wear it over the summer, and every time I would look at it, I just didn't want to wear it. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. Okay, then we have 90 Matcha and Mint. I want to get rid of all the 9-0 smoothie bars. I just don't love them. Okay, another Zoya Pixie. This is Stevie. Can't believe I'm getting rid of this after so many years. New colors 987. This is really pretty in the bottle. I was looking at my swatch pictures, and this is very jelly, but it's not jelly enough that I could make jelly sandwiches with it. And I just don't love I just don't love jellies that aren't versatile, basically is what I'm trying to say. All right, then one that I guess I decluttered and tried to Franken. This is Take It or Leaf It. I would call this a definite Franken fail. All right. Then we have Rogue Lacquer's Golden Autumn. I just don't love this one. I don't see myself wearing this again. All right, then we have Believe Beauty Crowd Surfing. So beautiful, but it's very similar to something else I don't remember. I swatched this next to something else, and I have something very similar, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Emily Damali Sample 1366. I just don't love this. I'm pretty sure I decluttered this before, and then I felt guilty decluttering, you know, such a pretty Emily Damali, but at the end of the day, I just don't love it, and I'm not really gonna wear it, so decluttering that one again. Another of the smoothie bar. This one is Pineapple Punch. Getting rid of that. Another Pixie, Zoya's Vespa. Really pretty. I just don't see myself really wearing Pixies ever again. Okay, this one is really pretty in the bottle. It's Femme Fatale. I don't know what it's called. However, it's another one of those polishes that has very thin, sparse flakies, and I just don't love them. I feel like when they're so sparse like this, I feel like they're just thrown in as an afterthought, and the polishes never really feel cohesive. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. Then we have China Glaze Caribbean Temptation. I wore this a couple months ago. I like it, but I just don't see myself really wanting to reach for that again. Okay, another mini Dolish polish that I decided to declutter after all. Amok, Amok, Amok. Now, I did say in one of my videos when I decluttered a bunch of the minis that I might play around with kind of combining some of them and frankening them. We'll see if I ever do that. For now, I'm just gonna say that they're all being decluttered. All right, KB Shimmers Gone Glamping. Super sparkly and pretty and vampy. I just don't see myself reaching for it. Essie's Innocent, very pretty, has a soft pink sheen to it that doesn't really translate on the nails, and I have another pink that is almost identical to this, so get rid of that one. Another new color, this one is 971. It's just very sheer and jelly, doesn't really build up to opacity, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. Zoya's Zuza. I've been on the fence about this one for years. I used to wear this on the toes all the time. There's just something about it. I don't love the silver sheen. I love the color, and I don't have another color quite like this, but I just don't love the silver sheen. So I'm finally just gonna get rid of that. All right, then we have Fair Maidens Holiday 2021. I just don't love this one. I considered frankening this. It actually was in my franken pile, but I don't know if I just don't really feel like even frankening it, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. Color Club's Get Your Lem On. In theory, this is so pretty and so interesting and unique. I just don't know how to wear it. It's very sheer. I've tried it with different undies, and I don't know. I feel like I just don't know how to make this work, so I'm gonna get rid of that. LA Colors, what is this one called? Legend. This one actually has a really nice formula. It's kind of like a squishy jelly. I just don't love it enough to want to deal with the LA Colors. Like, I don't like these square tops. They're just, I don't know, I don't like them. So if I don't absolutely 100% love the color, I'm gonna get rid of it. All right, then I was on the fence about this one as well. Scofflaw's Starman. It's so pretty and sparkly. I just honestly don't see myself wearing. I just don't love these thick chunky glitters. And yes, every now and then I'm like, oh, I can just do an accent nail, but I don't even really love doing accent nails anymore, so I just don't see myself reaching for this, so I'm gonna declutter that one. And then we have KB Shimmers All That Glimmers. I was gonna restore this because it's thick and gloopy, but honestly, I just don't love this shade of pink, so get rid of that. Then we have KB Shimmers Grass Up and Go. I actually decluttered this several years ago, and then when I learned how to restore Crowleys like the proper way, I restored this and kept it, but honestly, I just don't see myself wearing this again, so I'm gonna declutter that again. All right, then we have Believe Beauty, I Came to Dance. I compared this to another one. They're slightly different, but they're so close that I really just don't need both. Beautiful formula, I just don't need both. All right, 2 more, you guys. China Glaze Towel Boy Toy. Love the color. It's a sheer jelly, but too sheer, like too opaque to really do jelly sandwiches with, and I just don't see myself wanting to fuss around with a jelly. All right, and the last one is OPI's Eye Manicure for Beads. I had a Zoya that's pretty much identical to this, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and talk numbers. So in my initial declutter, minus what I ended up taking out, like minus these 6 and whatever I took out to Franken, what's still in my declutter bag being decluttered from my initial declutter was 94 polishes. From my second pass, everything that I just now showed you was 80 polishes. Off camera, all of the Christmas, Halloween, and glitter ones were 13. So that means my initial declutter was 94. My second pass and off-camera declutter was 93. I almost, off by 1 polish, I almost doubled my declutter, you guys. That honestly blows my mind, that I doubled what I said I was going to keep. So my total number of polishes being decluttered, not counting the Frankens, which might end up being decluttered, and then obviously not counting the ones that I, undecluttered. My total number that I'm decluttering is 187 polishes. You guys, that blows my mind. That is way more than I ever thought I was gonna do. I didn't even know if I would do 100. I am so happy with that number, you guys. I'm really glad to be getting all these polishes out of my collection. All right, now for some more fun. I decided to break it down and kind of see how much of each category I was getting rid of. So just general drugstores that I didn't have enough to really count them on their own, like Koki, I'm drawing a blank on what other drugstores that would include, but drugstore polishes in general, I decluttered 34. Sally Hansen's, I decluttered 14. Color Club, I decluttered 8. LA Colors, I decluttered 10. Orly's, I only decluttered 4, which honestly I really love Orly's and their formulas are amazing, so I'm surprised I even decluttered 4. Essie's, I decluttered 9, that kind of surprises me. Zoya's, I decluttered 11, that does surprise me. OPI's, I decluttered 12, that really surprises me. OPI's have amazing formulas, so I don't know, that surprises me. Dolish Polish, you guys, I decluttered 14. A lot of those were minis. Back like years ago when I first started buying, first started getting into indies, there wasn't really a ton of indie brands that I even really knew about. Dolish Polish was one of the first ones. So I have a lot of Dolish Polishes, but like I said, a lot of them are minis, and I just don't love working with minis. So a lot of these, like I said, are minis. Indies, just one-off indies that weren't big enough to have their own category, I declared 44. That is the biggest number out of all of them, 44 indie polishes. China Glaze, 13, that surprises me. KB Shimmer, I'm decluttering 9. That really surprises me, guys, because I love KB Shimmer. That was my first indie brand that I fell in love with. I have a hard time getting rid of all my old school original KB shimmers, but I'm letting go of 9 of them. And then Franken's that, I don't know, where is it? Like Frankensettia, or I have a Frankening problem. I am decluttering 5. So you guys, I gotta say, I'm really happy with this declutter. I'm sure in the future I will declutter more. There's gonna be some here and there that once I start wearing more polishes, I'll be like, yeah, you know, I really don't need that. So in the future, I'll probably just do little mini declutters here and there. But I hope you guys like this series. It's been a long journey, and I'm pretty pleased. Leave any comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.